Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday's English lesson. Today, I'm going to be modeling how to write a key section of your Level 3 Critical Lens research. Just a few points that I wanted to make is that you want to be aiming for 60% analysis of Othello and 40% analysis of your critical text. So what that is going to mean is that you need to have careful analysis of quotations, just like a normal English essay, as well as careful judgment about the critical text. So there is a challenge to this script. The topic I'm going to be looking at is Iago's motivations are purely jealousy. And I'm going to be saying I disagree and that Iago's motivations are related to socioeconomic status. Does that make sense? Cool. So to start off with, I need to access the quotation bank, which is this document up on the OLE. And what I need to be doing is starting to look through this for some evidence of Iago that I can start to look at. So the first one is going to be this quotation here, where Iago says, I know my price, I'm worth no worse a place. So you might just copy and paste that into there. Because I'm looking for a 60% split, 60-40 split in my paragraph, I probably want to find one or two quotations about Iago to actually zoom in on. I'm going to pick this one. I must be lead and calmed by debitor and creditor, which is showing that Iago is actually in debt. So he's probably someone who needs a bit of money. And just because I think it is important, I want to talk about Iago's radical self-interest, his greediness, where he says, I follow but myself. So now I need to somehow mash all of these quotes into a paragraph that is starting to analyze my key question, that Iago's motivations are purely jealousy. And so this is where I'm writing my analysis. At the start of the play, Iago seems to be most interested in undermining Othello because of jealousy. Jealous that Othello has given Cassio status ahead of him. However, when we look closely at the play, we see that Iago starts off discussing with Rodrigo, saying, I know my price. I am worth no worse a place. Now, another thing to bear in mind is that we have to think of our referencing. So I'll briefly mention this. You want to be saying, this is from Shakespeare, line 58. And you'll go back to a bibliography where you actually say it's from Othello, the ebook, etc. And you always put the full stop at the end of the in-text citation. Sorry for getting distracted by that. Next up, you want to start discussing what this means to us as readers. As readers, we start to realize that Iago doesn't just mean the status or place in Othello's military command, but actually the price that is paid, which shows that Iago is very interested in money and the status that comes from financial payments. Later on, Iago also says that without the position of lieutenant in Othello's command, he would be lead and calmed by debitor and creditor. Shakespeare, line 26 to 31. This is starting to show the audience that Iago is someone who doesn't have much money and that he is in debt, which threatens to uplift his position in wider society. Now I've done my analysis of the two quotes, so now I want to actually get in and start discussing the critical text that I wanted to look at. It is important at this stage for us to understand what Iago's motivations are for the later project he has of bringing Othello to his downfall. Many readers believe that Iago is inspired by jealousy for Othello's successful marriage. But if we look at these early quotations about Iago's financial situation, we start to see a different pattern emerge. According to sources that discuss the social situation of Elizabethan England, social status was very important to people of the times. And the money and power that was associated with financial status. According to the article, and now I need to go back to the web and the reading that I've done, The History of Blacks in Britain. This article is from the British Library, so we know it's pretty, it's from a website called originalpeople.org, which is combining scholarship and research. According to this, there was a nervousness around the position of blacks in relation to Spain and Portugal. And that the Queen at the time was very, very nervous of the situation of black people and the status that they had. And so it says here that Elizabeth is writing, we want the good pleasure of having those kind of people sent out of the land, of wanting the Africans actually forcibly expelled from England. So I'm going to use that in my article here. According to the article about the role of black-skinned people in Elizabethan England, the people at the time wanted black-skinned people expelled from the country. The Queen herself said that, and you kind of need to juggle these quotations a bit. She wanted the good pleasure to have those kind of people sent out of the land. Now, this is where it's a bit tricky for our citation. We need to go back to the website, find out who wrote this article. We cannot. There it is. It's Valerie Williamson. So in our citation in text, we're going to say Williamson online source. And you always put the quotation at the end of the citation. What this means is that at the time of Shakespeare, English society wanted blacks to be expelled from England, which implies that there was nervousness of their situation of earning money and taking jobs and positions away from other English citizens. This relates to Iago because his jealousy of Othello could be seen as racist, but if we look at the text of the play, we realize that it is more likely to be based on jealousy of Othello's financial situation. So as we can see, that's an example of how we get our 60%, 40% focus, and making sure that we are engaging with the text and with the source. All right, thanks for watching. I know it was a long time, and if you've got any questions, come see me anytime. Thank you.